Great competition. We had a lot of call-up periods, and then we went in. We had a 2-minute deal right there in the red zone at the 25 going in. Offense had no timeouts. They were down by 8. Had to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. And offense won 1, defense won 1. Just loved the competition today. Yeah, I thought he had a heck of a day today. He was really solid. Made some big-time throws. Obviously, the 2-minute drive, threw a nice touchdown right there in the end zone. And then the 2-point play that he ran in, it was pretty good to see.
Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson, he is getting better as camp goes along. Richardson had his best day of camp to date yesterday on Sunday. We were there live from training camp, able to watch him perform. Clearly his best day of practice. You just saw Shane Steichen, what he said about Richardson's performance. He said, heck of a day, right? So Richardson on the day, 5 of 8, was with the starters again. It was his most, I would say, downfield work we've seen so far through training camp. 5 of 8. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 to Alec Pierce, which is probably his best throw of camp so far. 1 to Kylen Granson. He also showed his use of his legs, a little bit more mobility he showed. He scrambled in for a 2-point conversion on a play. And Anthony Richardson, guys, just continues to get better, continues to stack days of practices onto each other. Started out camp kind of rough in terms of the completion percentage. The last couple days, he's been in the 70s as far as that is concerned. And so Anthony Richardson just continues to get better, continues to look more confident, continues to look more poised back there for the Colts. And that is great news for Indianapolis. And Richardson is a guy that, I feel like he is now starting to build that camaraderie with some of his receivers, Michael Pittman Jr., obviously Alec Pierce. We've seen that connection really from day number 1, and he is just continuing. And also guys like Kylen Granson, who I don't think we talk about enough. His connection with Kylen Granson has been something that I think has been on the rise as well. And, connecting with guys like Isaiah McKenzie, Evan Hall, and also just what we saw yesterday from Richardson was when the pressure was on, Richardson delivered, right? There was 46 seconds left on the clock. There was 1 timeout. The offense had to go score, right? The offense had to go score and connect on a 2-point conversion. Richardson and the offense only took 2 plays, and they were in the end zone, right? That was the touchdown to Kylen Granson. And then, like I mentioned, Richardson used his legs. Scored the 2-point conversion to end the day. And so, yes, we have to admit, obviously the starters, there was a couple guys down, Kenny Moore being one of those guys that was missing, DeForest Buckner. But overall, positive steps for Anthony Richardson, having his best day of camp. It really should be encouraging with what he is looking at, with really out-snapping through 8 camps. He's been out-snapping Gardner Minshew by over 20 reps through 8 practices. And so it's very obvious he has definitely improved since day 1 with the starters. It's very clear that Anthony Richardson has improved. And the great thing is he is still just scratching the surface on what he can become for the Indianapolis Colts. But just wanted to talk about that. He was looking very fantastic, and he seems like he's building, like I mentioned, that camaraderie with some of these young weapons, right? He's obviously been missing Jelani Woods the last couple days, but he seems like he's really building the connection with guys like Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., Isaiah McKenzie, all these different receivers. And this is just a different type of quarterback that we're honestly not used to seeing. A quarterback that can scramble when he needs to, make plays with his legs when he needs to. He's certainly a guy that nobody wants to go tackle. So Anthony Richardson proving that he's more than just a big body physical freak. He is showing that he can throw the ball down the field with poise, with precision, with accuracy, with all those things. And also, I think it was great to see when the pressure was on, how did Richardson respond? How did this offense respond? How did they do? And what did they do? They went down and they scored with the pressure on. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update that Anthony Richardson is rapidly getting better from what we've heard. He just continues to seem like he has a good day, and he's getting better. He had his best day. So we'll see how he responds. The Colts are off today. They will have another practice tomorrow, and they'll have a couple more practices through the week. I will be back down on Thursday for training camp, so very much looking forward to seeing the progression of Anthony Richardson. But it does seem like Richardson's been getting a lot of the starting reps here recently. Really, the only day that he didn't get the starting reps when he was out there was yesterday, but he looked fantastic against the twos, so the Colts put him back out there, looked even better against the ones. So Anthony Richardson, really improving, really showing some things. Obviously, still very early in the process. Still has a lot to learn, a lot to grow in, a lot of things to experience. Right? At the end of the day, you can simulate as much as you want the live reps and all those situations, but you really don't know until Richardson gets out there and plays. And really hoping that he plays on Saturday so we can kind of see him against a defense that's not his own. And really looking forward to seeing how he progresses. Right? The hope is that at this point where he's at now versus where he's at week 16, week 17, he is completely different in terms of where he's at in terms of his development. And so just wanted to briefly touch on Anthony Richardson because we kind of mentioned it. I know yesterday was a little bit crazy when it came to training camp. Was able to get that EJ Speed interview. By the way, be sure to go check that out. Recent video before this one. But I wanted to make a quick update here on Anthony Richardson. Let me know, guys, your overall thoughts on Anthony Richardson, getting better, drastically improving, all that stuff. Obviously still has a long way to go, like I mentioned, but certainly very encouraging to see where he is currently at and looking forward to seeing how he continues to build off of these days. And hopefully here, he's going to just continue to get better. But thanks, guys, and go Colts.